Thank you, Cara. Let me go. There we go. So thank you, everyone, for taking your lunch break, at least in some cases, to join us today. I guess we don't need that slide, and we probably don't need this slide with all those wonderful certifications. I finally had them taken off my business card because it was ridiculous. Let's move on. So what I want to speak about with you today is what happens to requirements when you go to Agile. And I work now with a number of teams that have various levels of agility. My roots with Agile are with a team that I was involved in when we went from Waterfall to RUP and from RUP, Rational Unified Process, to Scrum. And getting through that evolution, there's a lot of growing pains and a lot of decisions to be made about how you're going to handle the life cycle. And requirements has always been my sweet spot. That's one of my specialty. So when the Scrum folks said, "Oh, requirements, you keep them as light as possible. You don't write much down. You only write down what you need. And move on, and it's all good." That raised red flags for me. So I have been standing by the need for requirements ever since, and proving that it is necessary to do some amount of requirements work. So let's talk. I'll talk a little bit about what this presentation hopes to get you in terms of who you are. Does it sound like you? If you have more than one Agile team, and they're going to have to work for more than 3 iterations, sprints, or whatever however you break up your work on your project or your product, is what you're doing complicated? Do you have business rules that live beyond a single iteration, or requirements that live beyond a single iteration? Does it look simple on the surface so that it's not that easy to tell what's going on under the hood if you're just using the finished application? Is it used in critical processes? Financial impact? Is there risk to human life? Do you have regulatory requirements that you have to adhere to and perhaps show adherence to through some kind of reporting? If you have to meet regulatory, that's my last bullet. Okay, moving on. So traditional Agile requirements, and I love using the word traditional. It is at this point tradition. Agile's been around for quite a long time, and now. The advantages to them are they're concise and focused and testable. They meet the INVEST acronym, which is they're independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, small, and testable. Those are absolute requirements. Actually, for really any requirement should meet those, but that is the way that that Agile requirements are articulated. But there are disadvantages to Agile requirements. They're only a small slice of a big picture. They're organized sequentially by the order that you executed them in, developed them in. There is no comprehensive functional spec for stakeholders, and there's no documentation for regulatory agencies unless you add those into your process. So Agile requirements are great for estimating and for completing the incremental work in the sprint or the iteration, but they're horrible for describing your overall system. Now, a traditional requirements model has a complete picture of the system. It's organized functionally. If you know the application, you could find the requirement. It has traceability. You can do impact analysis during your